New technologies and scientific innovations has helped with progress in many fields and has changed our life, making it more comfortable. These changes have also brought in its wake strange problems that may not manifest itself for many years. The breakthrough of genetically modified foods is one such example. Genetically engineering makes it possible to combine different characteristics from genetically different plants and to incorporate desired traits into crop lines and animals, producing so-called transgenic or genetically modified varieties. Genetically modified foods are developed and marketed with the benefit that they have a better production and protection and have enhanced food nutrition. Some, however, call genetically modified foods frankenfoods because they contain foreign genes that were created in a laboratory. In the old method of farming, they used natural methods of breeding where genetic material is never transferred between species that are not related. They would splice together stems or cross-pollinate. In the new method, individual genes selected and transferred from one organism to another, seeds produced by incorporating desirable traits of two organisms crossed, getting a genetically better species. Scientists will take bits of DNA from insects, bacteria, humans, and bring them into our food crops. What they do is they have these pellets and they power splash the pellets with DNA, and then they shoot them down this long tube, and it goes about 600 miles per hour, and it lands in a petri dish that has cells in it, and it penetrates inside the cells. The DNA then uncoats and migrates into the cell. That is the process that they use. And the GM plants and animals from these become more resistant to problems of disease. It's like a vaccine that a plant or animal for that plant or animal, except the vaccine is encoded into the genetics instead of a shot given to the immune system. Like we would get a shot in our immune system, they would change in their genetics. There are pros and cons to both sides here. With the pros, it's better production, inbuilt resilience to disease, insects, and herbicides. We are able to transport longer distances, grow in hostile climates, and enhance flavors of different foods. The problems, there's three major areas for the problems. There's the environment, there's the food safety, and there's the access to new technology. In the environment, pests develop resistance to the toxins. We have to then come up with a stronger toxin to kill these pests. The other thing is pollination to the weeds. From cross-pollination with the birds and insects, the weeds are cross-pollinating and getting the same genetics, and they are sturdy and we can't get rid of them. So there's a problem of the weeds overgrown and not being able to kill them. We are also endangering our original landscape. In the food safety, GM foods increases unexpected allergies, and a good example of this in my research, one article was talking about how they transformed a tomato by adding a flounder to it, the fish to it. And a person might go to the store and this tomato is heartier and bigger and plumper because of this, but they don't know that it's fish in it, and they have a fish allergy. They develop symptoms, they go to the doctor, they can't figure out what it is. There's a lot of cases like this popping up because there's so many crosses now and you don't know what's in your food. We're meddling with the essential properties, and we're causing mutations in the plants and animals that are eating these plants. Some GM foods are toxic on our animals, and they're causing cancer, respiratory problems, and even death for some of these animals. The last section of the cons is the political, social, and consumer issues. There's power plays, where this is a big monopoly now. There's patenting products, there's labeling issues, there's regulations or non-regulations at this point. Our natural resources are being exploited. There's an issue with biohazards or bioterrorism, whereas if we can do more research, this is going to be such a benefit for world hunger, but if it gets in the wrong hands and they start using it as a terrorist attack, then that's a big issue. The last thing is the basic rights of consumers. There's an infringement of the basic rights of consumers where these consumers would prefer to eat organically grown natural foods, but they're forced to eat genetically modified foods because it's in all our products. There are only a few GM foods, but they are included in a large number of processed foods, canned foods, frozen foods. For example, you would look for soy or canola oils or corn. In the United States, there's no labeling laws for the genetically modified foods, so that's a huge issue. So even though we have these new technologies and scientific innovations that have helped with progress, these changes have also brought in strange problems that we need to slow down, research, and test some more. There is also a need for regulations to protect our consumers, us. Thank you.